Oh boy, oh boy. My channel. Stop that. I am a trussed, fattened Stargate hare. There you go. That is me. I'm going to pop out the chat, which I've done. I'm going to change my settings, my audio settings. They should be to... What should it go to? Output should be to what? And what should my output be? I don't know. Channel 2 maybe? Is that the right one? My damn glasses are all fogged up. I can't see a thing. All right, let's see how we're doing here. External headphones. Let's do that too. Let's see how we sound, if we sound at all. Hello, hello. Does that sound right? It's loud. Hello. Oh my God, I can't read a thing because I'm all fogged up. That was miserable. That was my wife's suggestion. That was my wife's evil suggestion. All right, what do we got? Sound is good. Oh, fantastic. JC Slicer, hello. Tiptronics, fabulous. Mandy, wonderful. The Rion Pyros, Anquiitis. JC Slicer again. Evie Baby, hello. And hello, Nettle 6600. Hello to you too. Galen Cho or Galen Chow. Hello to you. Hello to everyone. And where is my little YouTube? There's my, oh my God, look at YouTube popping off here. Neutromancer. Lindsay. David Sams. Rachel Wright. Rebel Time Lady. Woohoo. Laura Richards. Barbara. I'm going to try to pronounce that last name, but it looks beautiful. Marcos, how are you? I Nocturne. Laura Richards. Everyone's already saying hello to each other. That's fantastic. Shelly Bell. Ilanoka. What else we got? Loud and clear. Good. Silly Goose. Tiptronics are everywhere. Roger 88. Seabast. How are you all? Wow. So let me just point you at something over here. I don't know if you can actually see it. If I tilt down a little bit, I think that is a torture device. Okay, this is my excuse for the day. So I have not exercised in a while, quite a while. I've been doing 1 or 2 dog walks a day in the freezing, bitter cold. I find walking around in my boots just murder my ankles and my knees. Haven't felt like exercising. Couldn't face going outside into the miserable cold, and my wife called me on it. And she said, hey, maybe you should try this little bicycle machine. I was like, bicycle machines, they're for girls. I did not say that. I would have got killed for that. I might have said it, but only as a joke. Because I don't know how she does it. She's on that thing for hours. I just did half an hour. 15 minutes forwards, 15 minutes back. My lungs were in my mouth. My heart was on the floor. My liver ran away with someone. And, it was horrible. God, it was terrible. Terrible exercise. Miserable. I did, however, do some learning. This, by the way, so everyone knows, is my Burn&Learn. This is my bid to stay alive and fit long enough to enjoy my retirement years with my brilliant, beautiful wife, Jane, my fabulous son, Sebastian, and the miserable, stinky mutt that I have to walk every day called Huzzah. Gosh, he's a pain in the butt. Did you guys see my social media? We just get the bed made, and little princess decides to hop on up after a nice long walk in the salty roads. God. You know why you call them bitches? I think that may be why they're called bitches, because my God, their behavior is terrible. Anyways, I'm still missing Mars. I am. It's true, Anquiitis. Mars was the best. Mars was just the best dog ever. Huzzah. Yeah, maybe one day I'll come around to Huzzah. I love her, and I get her treats, and I mix special food for her. She won't eat her regular food, so what I've started doing is Jane gets mad at me because I buy special luncheon meats for the damn beast. I buy little ham slices and I mash them up in her food so she'll eat them. But you've sort of got to make sure that each dog pellet of food needs to be beautifully macerated macerated would involve my teeth, wouldn't it? Needs to be sort of mashed up with the ham in order to get her to eat it. Otherwise, she literally will pick them out and pop them beside the floor, or even worse, she'll take them and just dump them in the living room carpet. She's just the worst. She's a dog running cat software. That is what my dog is. Oh my God, water. I just need water. I give my dog minced meat mixed with rice. Yeah, that's smart. That's good. I mean, sometimes, she's got such a funny tummy, that dog, and I don't want to clean up after that. So I'm very cautious as to what we got. Have you tried warm gravy? Yeah, tried that. Sometimes they find the biscuits hard to swallow because they're dry. Yeah, I've tried gravy. I've literally meat gravy, like gravy from our own roast beef or turkey or whatever. Just the pickiest little thing. Anyways, hey, David, my mom got both her and I a Tech Bandit coin for Christmas. Woohoo! You probably know it's Silver Wolf. Oh, fantastic! She got them all right. They arrived fine. All the rest of it, they'd gone out, and it's all. I'm so happy. I do hope that's the case. My friend's dog will only eat dog kibble with milk, like some weird cereal. That is really weird. That really is weird. I can't the idea of milk and cereal. I thought we were the only mammals that still ate milk. I thought that was just us. She went from hating her food plate to pestering us every day 5 minutes before food time. Yeah, I think Zah is just used to a very varied meal. I feel like she was raised on the prairies as a wild dog, and she's used to having like a different thing every day, whatever she could find. So I think there's a little bit of pickiness in there, a lot of pickiness in there actually. Let me find my book. Let me pull up my book and tell you some tidbits of what I've learned in my learn and burn today. So like I say, been a while, haven't felt up to it, which is just wrong. I should have felt up to it. I think it's so easy to get into a habit of putting it off as well. It's much easier to get into a habit of putting it off than it is to get into a habit of actually doing it. So there you go. So exploring the blood in this fabulous book called Song of the Cell, looking at the immune response and, how it took these bloody science punks, literally because they were studying blood. It took them a very long time to figure out there was more than just red blood cells in there. Everyone was so enamored with these oxygenated red blood cells that they ignored these little white blood cells. So they were sort of late to the party, and then they started noticing this odd behavior where they would seemingly without any sort of flow from the blood or anything, that they would just find themselves at sites of damage, sort of fixing them. They were also, he goes into heart attacks, and how that is the immune system building structures to fix the walls of the arteries, and then in doing so blocking the flow and causing heart attacks. How it can work both for you and against you. It's interesting. Like I said, this guy I think has especially in oncology as well. So it's a lot of his understanding of the body also includes this wonderful understanding of how it can work against itself as well. So I've been looking into that stuff. That's what he's been talking about. Just, again, some really neat stuff. Vaccination, started talking about vaccinations and how vaccinations go way back. I mean, we think we're all so cool, and we developed it in the 1800s or whatever it was. The reality is China had been doing it for centuries by then. I think it was centuries. Was it centuries? At least a century, maybe. Anyways, way back. So there was China. There was the Middle East was doing this stuff. So basically what they were doing is they were choosing just the right, wound on a smallpox victim, and then taking that and mixing it with some rice and stuff, and then trying to get it into a couple of wounds in order to immunize. They didn't know any of these terminology. They didn't know what they were doing. I think it was almost like a sympathetic magic in a way, where they were saying like, well, you put a bit of the injury in there, and then your body goes, oh, I don't like that, and gets rid of it. Of course, the danger being is that 1 in 100 people would get too much of the stuff and actually get the disease, and of course then they're as good as dead in some cases. So just kind of fascinating that, again, my understanding of this stuff was always from a very there are always pictures of old white guys with glasses who had discovered these various different things. And then as the years have gone by, we've realized that, oh, look, maybe there were a few women involved in those. And now, oh my gosh, look, maybe the British Empire wasn't the only place that discovered stuff so anyways, so it's just kind of interesting to see how the history is starting to change. And we're beginning to sort of open it up to some of the other understandings and stuff that's going on. It makes me think of this. There's a push in Baz's school to try to get indigenous medicine into the mix. And I feel like they're doing it in a very heavy-handed way, and that as a historical thing, I think that's fascinating. And I think there's a really definitely a place to look for how, how some of these, things like vaccination were understood way back when and stuff. But I see that as a historical thing, not so much as a science angle on it. So I think they're still struggling here to figure out how to get that into the mix. Because I mean, there's some fascinating stuff, like tribes in the Amazon chewing the bark of trees, and that reducing inflammation and helping with heart issues and stuff. And then of course scientists come in, mash it all up, throw in a couple of tests and stuff. And the next thing you know, we've got aspirin, and aspirin, of course, is fantastic for thinning the blood and dealing with all those kind of heart-related issues, as well as a pain medication as well. Another funny story. So the guy who created aspirin and was working on getting it out there was competing with the guy who ran the company, who was much more excited about this cough medicine called heroin. He's trying to figure out how to make heroin just delicious so that, people could use it as cough medicine. And so that was the big push of the company. And then he almost got himself fired by pushing this aspirin out into the world. And of course, the results were fantastic, because it helped with these issues, like with heart attacks and stuff like that. There's another wonderful story about a guy who basically just kept eating aspirin until his nose started bleeding. And then he sort of staunched the flow and found a level just below that to keep blood very thin for people who were struggling with heart disease, heart issues and stuff. So just again, this book is called The Song of the Cell: An Exploration of Medicine and the New Human. The author's name, I'm afraid I will massacre, because because it is, I don't know where it comes from actually. It's his name is Siddhartha Mukherjee. Or Mukherjee, and it is just, I cannot recommend this book enough. I'm absolutely loving it. I've had a lot of luck with the biology books that I've been reading recently, maybe because people like James R. Gurney are recommending them. All right, I can't see my chat. Let's see what's going on with the old Chatteroonsky here. Chat. There we go. Okay, what do we got? Hi, David. Glad to catch you. God, Blurty Dad, my second brain. Thanks so much. Marco, how are you? Sorry, I'm in and out at work, retail, Target life, LOL. Roger 88, you don't get yourself fired for this. It's just not worth it, but enjoy. Any good deals at Target I should know about? Well, there's always a disconnect between recorded history and all the sort of events we just gloss over. It's so cool from historian to research this sort of stuff, though. It is. I mean, what do they say, Seabass? That history is told by the victors, and that has definitely, been the case. My understanding of a lot of things based on the histories that I had when I was growing up is a very, very, very blinkered look at things, and I'm really sort of excited, to hear about sort of new aspects of this stuff and new people. The other thing is, let's face it, when we get numerous people involved in things, the stories get better as well, right? So I'm so glad I subscribed to notifications and caught this hare. That is a mood. What is with that? Is the hair bad? Is the hair particularly bad tonight or something? Let's have a look here. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's pretty bad. Yeah, that is pretty bad. What is going on with my own stream here? I seem to be well behind in my own stream here. Okay, so yes, the hair. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yes, it's pretty miserable hair. At least there's some there, is all I can say. At least there's just still some hair, kicking around. I was surprised there's any left at this point. What do we got? I really liked how our national TV news did a month-long subject each day, bringing women pioneers in all sorts of subjects: aviation, chemistry, space, war, heroes, etc. Oh, that's great, Seabass. I didn't see that. That's pretty neat. Top 3 experience. So, oh, hey, baby, I'm just doing my Burn&Learn. Yep, I'm just live. Hi. That's my fabulous, brilliant, beautiful wife, Jane, returning from yet another meeting. That was a good question. What was that? What was the question? Or was it? Top 3 experiences so far in life, sir. Tombstone. Well, I got to put Stargate in there, of course. That was a wonderful, wonderful experience. A big nice 5 or 6 years of my life that I very, very much enjoyed. Best experiences in my life. Wow. Well, I married Jane. That's pretty great. I got to marry her twice. Does that count as one, or do I have to use 2 of those for that? Baz being born. That's pretty wild, too. That's pretty great. What else we got? Yikes. I don't even know. That's a tough one. I'm trying to think of the best moments in my life. What other kind of moments were there out there? I mean, I remember a trip to Australia with my wife way back when, before kids were around, and we had the most wonderful, absolutely wonderful time. There was a convention out there, and we went and we just basically spent everything that I earned on the various conventions that I did while I was out there. We just spent on a holiday. It was incredibly extravagant, but man, it was just amazing. I have to put that up there as well. God, what else? Where am I? I got to be about 5 now, isn't there? Something like that. But yeah, definitely. I mean, Stargate would definitely have to be up there for some of them because that was just such a unique experience. I can't imagine. I mean, C was pretty great. Oh my God, too. C was another experience that I really loved. Oh God, working with Guillermo del Toro, like Shape of Water, that was a life-changing experience. I mean, God, there's so many. 5? I'm not at 50? How about 50? God, I went from not having enough to going to like 50 of them. All right, I'm so sweaty and gross. This is revolting. I can't believe you tune in for this. Again, I will say this again. Thank you. But who are you? Why would you want to see some sweaty old guy from Stargate complaining about exercising and talking about a book he doesn't even understand? Anyways, I'm still getting news article suggestions for SGA. Really? Interesting. Hello, Morlocks. Indeed, hello, Morlocks. Tierney, you Borg queen. There you go. There's a few of them for you. Anyways, a few. Baz, Jane, and Stargate. What more could there be? Good point, Seabass. Very good. Your hair, though. What? Is it bad again? What? Like, now you're getting me all paranoid. Get all paranoid about my hair. Oh, God, that is pretty bad. Listen, if I do this, though, look at that. I'm the guy from Dilbert. I'm the boss from Dilbert. How's that? There you go. That should work for everybody. If there's ever any question as to who to cast as the boss for Dilbert, right here. Okay. I gave up on my hair a long time ago. I'm afraid. You're just watching Stargate Atlantis right now? Really? Did you hear that Samsung is incorporating AI into their S24 model? I did not know, but Blurty Dad, I feel like that AI is a buzzword for everything right now. It's kind of insane. Sir, respectfully, you shaped my teen years with your contribution to Stargate. It's wild to even interact with you. Oh my God, Seabass. Well, I'm very glad that I could destroy what teenage life you might have had, and I hope it served you well, Seabass. And thank you very much. This is this is my reward for doing my exercise, right? I get on those horrible torture devices. That one being some kind of a bicycle thing, and then my reward for doing that is I get to hang out and be a YouTuber, which is just kind of fun. All right, I see people are beginning to credit me with yes, it's true. I should probably be playing the boss from Dilbert when that happens. What else we got here? Hello, don't even try to say my name. What? Oh, that kind of makes me want to right away. Oh, I can't say your name because it's green. It's green on a black background. What does it say? Telephonist Johnny. I don't even try to say my name. Any green screen stuff planned for you yet? No green screen stuff planned for me just yet. It would be fun though, wouldn't it? To do some green screen stuff. That episode makes me cry every time. Also the one with the exploding tumor is bad. Oh my God, an exploding tumor. Of all the ways for Carson to go, an exploding tumor? Come on. So, you only exercise to come here for an ego boost. Exactly, Cal. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, Cal. The fabulous Cal. Cal, the inspiration to us all. A joyous ray of sunshine that is Cal, our wonderful mod, who never, ever sleeps. It is alarming that woman will not sleep. I don't know what it is. I think she just sits there just waiting for me to show up so that she can leap in and spread her joyful happiness to everyone. All right, we need to spam the hell out of Amazon to bring back Stargate. I think we've tried that, haven't we? They will. Eventually they will. I'm sure they're going to bring it back so much as they'll probably reboot it somehow. I can come in as Dilbert's dad. I'm going to do this pitch again. I do this pitch every single time. I'm going to do it again. Stargate Academy. We do Stargate Academy. You got a bunch of hot young kids who are trying to go through the academy and they have to go out on missions and stuff. And guess who's teaching them? Me, McKay. Well, I'd be like, I think I should be Vice Principal McKay, like Snape in Harry Potter. maybe Sam Carter can actually run the school, or you know, RDA maybe, or something like that. But I'm telling you, you bring in all the old folks, you'll wheel us in as teachers. I'd be the worst teacher ever. Be great. I'd be failing everybody. Everyone would hate me and all this kind of stuff. I'd be, you know, probably be inappropriate with all the students. It'd be fun. I say Stargate Academy. Thumbs up from you. We just call it Stargate McKay. That would be that's my pitch for it. There you go. Hell yeah. That'd be awesome. Wouldn't it? See? Games Night Media. Somebody go pitch that to Amazon. I would watch that. See, we got 2 watchers. We got 2 watchers. We got 2 viewers already. We're set. We're done. McKay Academy. Oh, McKay Academy. I like that, Pixie Rose. How are you, Pixie Rose? It's good to hear from you. Oh, that sounds good. See, I'm telling you, we've sold everyone already. Yes, when I went through my first, technically second, but I was like 3 when I was first watched SGA. Really? I was 4 when I watched Doctor Who. You beat me. Season 2 aired when I was born. Both of those hit me pretty damn hard, but the Shrine was the worst. Ooh, yeah, wasn't it? That was a tough one, wasn't it? What else we got? McKay Academy. McKay Academy. Yes, very good, very good, very clever. Personally, I'd be a fan of seeing a story based around clone, one all going through high school and possibly going the SG program. Yeah, I mean, look, it seems like Hollywood is obsessed with youths. The youths. They're obsessed with the youthful stuff. So, you know, you give them the youth stuff, but then you get some of the old folks in there as well. It'd be kind of fun. Well, Twitch is owned by Amazon. That's loyalty. You got to be in the next SG. There you go. See, this is basically, there you go. This is like Stargate on Twitch. How's our YouTube folks doing? It's so hard bouncing back and forth. Is there somebody send me a way? If anyone's got any insight into this, is there a way I can put both of these chats together and maybe I can actually throw it onto the stream and you can see what's going on? That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Actually, you know what? I could probably just add 2 chats. Now I think about it, I could probably. But where would I go? I'd be like sandwiched between 2 chats, YouTube on one side and then Twitch on the other. I'll have a look, see if I can do that next time. Have you watched Quantico? I have not watched Quantico. They could do something along those lines for the Academy. Yeah, it's dreadful what they did to you in the novels. What? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Triple monitor. Oh, man, wouldn't that be nice? I'm just using my little laptop. I got my little iPad. I got my little MacBook Pro going here. That's my MacBook Pro, my iPad, and then I've got a little PC that I'm about to run. Get this. Our fabulous friend, Dr. N, PhD, has written himself a Minecraft mod of some sort where we can create proteins. I think it's proteins that he's doing in Minecraft. So I'm really hoping to run that. I got to have a look at that. It's kind of fun to run around giant proteins in Minecraft. Excuse me. I had a giant sandwich and a fizzy drink after exercising, and let's just say that is not the way to stream. You can use OBS to produce a browser source with the URL in their respective chat. Yes, that's a good point. I could do that too. There's actually a special chat one. What does it say here? There is actually a special chat one. I don't know where it is. I used to have it in here somewhere. But I guess I do one for each. Yeah, I have to set up one for each chat. I was kind of hoping they could sort of combine them all together instead of having so many. Otherwise, I just feel like all you're looking at is like, you know, is chat stuff zipping by as you go. It's just hard to get like 80 people in here all throwing stuff out there. I just feel like it's going to get really confusing for people. Nightbot's booting somebody for trouble for trying to ask for permission. Oh, no links. You talk to Mod Cal, the grumpy Cal. Grumpy Cal's got all the power. I mean, I could probably allow you to do it, but I can never remember what the various codes are and stuff. Anyways, hello from Australia. I'm finally awake to see you live. Good stuff, Todd's Kitchen. We're talking about. One of my favorite moments in my life was Australia with hanging out with my fabulous wife and just roaming around the beautiful Australia. Is just fabulous. Random thought, but just remembered. So asking. We recently watched the SGA episode where you and Shepard guide rescue the little princess, and we wondered if you had the painting from the end. Oh my God, wouldn't that be great? I wish. I love that painting. I think that painting was bought by someone. I'm not sure. They auctioned everything off. Like before we even left the set, they were like selling my chair. The MGM were like, fire sale, let's sell it all. So they had auctions going, they had like an auction company come in and do all sorts of stuff. So I'm sure that disappeared. I do have a couple of the paintings of when I was, the planet where I was sort of deified. A couple of those. I thought it'd be kind of fun to have one of those in the bathroom or something like that. But I don't have that one. I actually even wondered about getting a recreation of it. I just thought it'd be kind of funny to have. But yeah, I'll have to look into that. Todd, welcome, Todd. What's Todd's got? Todd the Wraith has entered the chat. Yes, well, it's Todd's Kitchen. That's we're all just meals for Todd's Kitchen. What do we got? Gotta hop off. All right, Blurty Dad, you go. Work, 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 work. Someone's got to earn some money around here. Speaking of which, could you go, everyone, if you get a chance, go to techbandits.org. That is my fabulous Tech Bandits Club website, where you will find all sorts of things, fabulous, wonderful things, including some merch and some stuff that would be, if you feel like helping out, that'd be marvelous. It's, yes, strikes and stuff. It's been a horrible time for acting. So, but a fabulous time for streaming, as it turns out. So, I got a few things on the go, and you should sign up for the email of awesomeness and that kind of stuff. So go check out techbandits.org. That would be amazing. Have to do that. God, I'm getting so cheesy. I'm turning into a YouTuber. I'm going to start asking people to, hit that bells and knock over those subscribe buttons and kick those, whatever. I don't know how it works. That did the trick. Thanks, guys. What do you got? Lisa, the tech support happening well here? If you combine both, yeah, okay. Nightbot doesn't seem to like me. Nightbot doesn't like anybody. It's Cal. It's all Cal. The painting was epic. It's true. And Nightbot is getting weird. Is it getting weird? 7 messages were deleted by the moderator. Nightbot timed out. Oh, they timed out someone for 30. Really? Someone got in trouble. Yeah, Cal, the hammer. That's why I call her the hammer. It's like no one gets away with anything with her. She's on top of this stuff. So today I must spend some time getting the email of awesomeness done. It's very blog-like this week, I've discovered. I've had so many cool things happening this week in regards to this escape room stuff that I just thought I would share that with you. And then there's some other stuff there that I thought would be kind of fun. There's another thing that's kind of pestering me, this iPhone breach, this triangulation iPhone breach thing, which is just, I don't understand why it's not getting more coverage in the mainstream press. Like, I don't get it. There's been, was it like 4 generations of iPhone have had updated versions of this, what could be described as kind of a back door. And I'm finding it kind of frustrating that no big news outlet is running with it. So I don't know, maybe, I mean, again, conspiracy theories abound, and I'm not getting conspiratorial about it. I just feel like it's just odd. I think this is what I think it reinforces to me how little people understand some of this cybersecurity stuff. I've been having fabulous chats with a new friend of mine in the cybersecurity division. Runs his own cybersecurity firm and stuff, and so we've been having some chats about the nature of all this kind of stuff, and it's fascinating. It's a field I would love to have spent more time with, and actually thanks to Joseph, I'm hoping I will be able to some extent as well. So it's kind of cool. I'm curious now. Try one more time. What's happening? Cal, we screwed something up. Did I screw something up? Has been granted permission to post a link. Press covered Pegasus and NSO group a while back. It's only the technical details that we have learned more recently. Yes, Ms. Ojat, but this is just kind of interesting because I think it used a total of like 4 or 5 what they call 0 days. 0 days just being, holes in the security of a system that no one knows about. I mean, or that are secret or only known by someone who can, like hackers and stuff. Even the company themselves haven't realized that there's a problem with them. So these were like 4 or 5 security holes, and one of them, or 2 of them maybe, were accessing a portion of the iPhone that was just undocumented. There was a whole series of addresses in the iPhone that, or in this specific ARM chip that's been in the last number of phones. And it actually looked up to see what type of phone it was hacking, and then it would change its code based on what type of phone it was dealing with, because there were different codes to get it, and they were basically a system. I mean, I suppose someone like Apple wouldn't have to use all these extra 0 Ds to get there. They could just go to the register, and these what do they call them? They call them memory mapped input and output addresses. So they're basically a way that the iPhone can communicate with exterior devices. But they're not documented anywhere. They couldn't find, there's a real mystery around how anybody could possibly have figured out how to manipulate them and to subvert this really good security that iPhone has without it being someone at Apple. So that of course has started all these crazy conspiracies about the NSA, and I think part of that possibly because it was only discovered because someone tried to hack Kaspersky. Kaspersky is is this sort of amazing cybersecurity firm based out of Russia. And someone tried to hack them. So they were like, that's some weird stuff going on our phones and such. Let's have a look here. And they reverse engineered it all. And in doing so, discovered all of these exploits, which they didn't know about before. No one knew about before. So they've just announced them. And they were pretty good about not laying blame. They weren't trying to attribute it to anybody in particular. Everyone immediately jumps to the conclusion that it's the NSA, and that could be, I suppose, that they have the power to force a company to add a backdoor of some sort for their own nefarious purposes, or technically to look after us. But as we know from other leaked documents, that's not always the case. So, I mean, it's kind of a fascinating little thing going on here, and I maybe it's sort of a tempest in a teapot. Maybe I'm making mountains out of molehills and using every single possible cliche there is on the planet. Maybe I'm making too much out of this, but I'm sort of intrigued. I mean, for a company that has made its name in these secure phones and in phones that they would refuse, that they say they cannot open up when they're asked by security, by law enforcement. In the past they've refused to open it up. They've said, no, we can't do it. It's all secure. We don't have that kind of power. Well, now they won't be able to deny that anymore. Like, technically they're now being caught with a kind of a back door, again, for want of a better word for it. I mean, I've been looking through these Ars Technica articles, and I've tried to go into some of the actual Kaspersky breakdown of what's happened. I mean, I don't understand all of it, but it is a kind of a fascinating thing. There's one called an In the Wild attack or something. It's got this great name, and basically what it's doing is it's saying, like, okay, what applications are allowed to run on this phone? Let me use a few different procedures from all of those to do something that the phone doesn't want me to do, or to give me access to do something on the phone that I'm not supposed to do. And so this thing has literally blown the phone wide open. Like, it is basically gives you root access to the phone, which means you can run anything at all. And I mean, you reboot the phone and it's no longer present, but it's basically trivial to send another little text message. No one has to click anything. It's all automatically done in the background by the phone and this malware, and it's just extraordinary. I mean, it is. I think Kaspersky said that it was the most advanced attack they'd ever seen, and so that obviously makes people think it's some kind of a nation state of some sort. But it's kind of neat. Yeah, look into it. I think it's called triangulation, the triangulation exploit, I believe it is. Yeah, but again, even then, it's not like it pops up right away on Google searches and stuff. Like, it's not a big thing, which makes me worry that I'm turning into a prepper or something. I'm going to start buying giant bags of rice and beans and things and digging holes in my garage. Although, God, that would be fun. It'd be kind of fun to have like a little bunker below my garage. Maybe I will do that. See, look at that. I'm amazing that way. I can change my mind by the end of a sentence. All right, I can't talk for long because my fabulous wife is home and I want to catch up with her and see how it's all going. We've also got people coming around for dinner tonight, so I want to make sure I'm not a giant, stinky, slimy, sweaty mess like I am right now. MRE, it's true. They taste delicious. All about those Costco bags of rice. That's it. Let's raid James later then. Absolutely. Is James streaming? Does anyone know? Is James R. Gurney streaming at this point? Because if he is, we should most certainly dive in on that. Bunker prep is fun, but don't live in one. Yeah, no desire to live in one, but it'd be kind of fun to play. Like, I would just like it basically as a glorified fort. That's what I'd like. Also, it might be warmer. Garage is so freaking cold. If I dig down enough, won't I get a certain amount of geothermal warmth from that? Maybe. James R. Gurney is streaming. Yes. Well, we should definitely do that. Doing bacteria growing. Oh, he's back at his bacteria. Fantastic. And considering how some Android forks are based on side-loading apps like Graphene OS being partially reliant on F-Droid, I really don't think it could be worse. Don't understand most of that, to be honest. Operation Triangulation, is that what it's called? I remember seeing them somewhat, but I can't remember. I think it was the Wi-Fi too. It can do all sorts of stuff. It's. I mean, literally, once this triangulation exploit is used on your phone, they can do whatever they want. One of the things that they talk about, though, maybe not in this article, but in another article, was the lockdown mode of the iPhone. How you can, if you want, switch to this this automatic lockdown mode, which apparently can make a huge difference to that stuff. I'm not sure if it would actually stop a triangulation attack like this. I don't know if the fonts still load. One of the exploits is, well, they're all really clever. To be honest, I really want to understand all those elements because they are extraordinarily clever. One of them is exploiting the loading of a font. So you basically get sent some kind of a font related thing in your message app, in the iMessage. iMessage goes like, oh, better format that. And in doing so, it runs this malicious code. And slowly through a series of multiple different hacks and exploits, it gets to this point where it can basically take complete control of your phone. So it can be doing everything from spying on you with the camera to audio to GPS to running any kind of stuff that they want to, and it's cleaning up after itself as well to make it very, very hard to detect. It's kind of fascinating. The team regroups in Atlantis, launches a rescue attempt in the hope of saving McKay from death's clutches, only to discover that McKay has been transformed into a wraith called Quicksilver, who believes that he has always served Queen Death. Really? Why do we have to transform? Can't we just have a clone McKay? I'd rather have a clone McKay. You have someone else dress up as with all that makeup. It'd be a nightmare. No, it'd be fun for a bit, wouldn't it? I've always said the thing I missed the most on Stargate was the idea that we could do an episode where there was a bad McKay. We did a Rod, cool McKay. Now I wanted like an evil McKay. Like a Q-like McKay. Star Trek Q. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Like a Q-like McKay, facing off against, a match of wits between the two McKays. One of them evil and cold, and the other one saved by his friendships and his wonderful leadership qualities. Anyways, all right, I can get out of here. Evil would be epic. Evil is epic. It is an epic epoch, as I say. We really are living in an epic epoch. The stuff going on is just extraordinary. I feel very, very sort of fortunate and a little bit trepidatious about what's coming because there's some stuff changing. There was some article the other day talking about how many jobs are going to be either removed or completely changed by AI. And they're talking like 40% of jobs could be directly impacted by this AI revolution. And I don't find it that surprising, to be honest, but just that we got to get on this stuff. We got to remember AI audit. That's what I tell everyone. AI audit. Yeah, lots of escape room stuff to talk about too. I go techbandits.org, sign up for the email of awesomeness where you will learn about my latest escape room escapades. We did an escape room this weekend. Helped out a Tech Bandit with some 3D printing stuff, which was kind of fun. I got to go to University of Toronto and start some escape room learning stuff there as well. The idea being to use escape rooms, the design of escape rooms, basically the solving of escape rooms, using that as a motivator and an inspiration to get kids to then design their own escape rooms that could become learning tools and teaching tools for people. And I think this is sort of a new, fun kind of new paradigm in education, and my hope is that we can figure out some way of doing that on a larger scale. And it's just really cool to be at a university with all these smart young brains working this stuff out, and I get to be part of it. So it's just kind of fun. So you will hear lots about that in my email of awesomeness coming up. So I better get going. Let's figure out this raid. Is it dash raid? I think it is, isn't it? Raid? Yeah, raid. The channel is James R. Gurney, if I'm correct, right? I think we've got that. Yes, I believe. /raid, James R. Gurney. /raid. I think I've got that right. Let's do that. And then I think I will start doing it. It will. Fantastic. All right, great. So let's get ready. I will say in the meantime, until we geek again, be brave, be kind, be brilliant, and cheerio, and huzzah, and enjoy the fabulous James R. Gurney as he does his bacterial experimentations. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon because I got to get this exercise back on track again. Crazy. All right. Huzzah. Cheers. Here we go. Rating now. 52 viewers. 52 viewers. That's pretty great. All right, great. Here you go, James. Enjoy. Woohoo. I am rating now, but still streaming. I must remember that I am still streaming. Otherwise, I sit here picking my nose and doing my hair and looking at myself in the mirror and things. It's not things people want to see. All right, I'm out of here.